This for the ones that think I'm joking. This for real, for real. Lightweight bust off half a. Yeah, I'm sweating, babe. Must be all them happy meals. I don't know how happy feels, but damn, I'm trying to find. Just say I got sex appeal. I think it's 'cause I work that gun. I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none. I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one. See it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on. I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's split. We on chat for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's split. We on chat for the win. Celebrate the win
again. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Josh Allen.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Tannehill's pass, incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Florida, C.J. Henderson. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Rice with the carry on second down. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Here's Minshew. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. The kick by Lambo is good, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
And that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 5 now. Tannehill, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield, and it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now it's Henry. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
1-yard gain.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Flushed out right. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Westbrook now on the return. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. This is intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Titans take over.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving into more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
At the 28-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
7 yards. First down, Jaguars.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7. Jaguars 3.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Set, ready, 50, play. 50,
Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First down.
Here we go. 10-2 shot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. The open man is Smith. Gets through, and now an opening. The 40. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the 2nd level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
It's a gain of 5.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
The Jaguars' 6-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Titans 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. A pass there, complete to Westbrook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Jacksonville.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. It's Geis on the counter. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 8 coming up. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
Incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Looking for Chark again. This time he's got him. The 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 52 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Over 1st and 10. At their own
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Complete. Smith has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Titans 28, Jaguars 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 7. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
The Jaguar first down.
Here we go. 10 Loba. Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, this is Geis. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He was tackled.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2nd down and 5. Looking to throw. Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And here comes Westbrook. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
Touchdown, Titans.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. They'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly...
Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble. And that might be Titan football. It is. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle.
That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And on 3rd down and nickel formation here defensively. Off play action, it's Minshew. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On second down, here's Henry. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
Right at the line.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Right.
Here's Tannehill. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
By the Jaguars.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They start on the ground with Geis. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
Rashaan Evans on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Minshew. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or, even worse, an interception.
Set, 8, read. 54, Mike, 54. Too little,
Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Jaguars.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll look to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Check the out. Hey. Check 55 to Mike. Check pass. Mike, 55. Go.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Minshew. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Derrick Henry, the ball.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Flush to his right. Able to find his running back, Geis. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Minshew sets to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jack Crawford in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
3 and out.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Henry on the carry.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
A first down carry for Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Today's final score, Titans.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, Ken.